Nomads probably will be moving around for spring right now. Some of the overlanders, well, I met up with some in St. John's the other night, and they were scared, rightly so. Friday night in St. John's, we had a horrible snowstorm, and cars were rolling, flipping off the road, probably from people driving too fast, but the conditions were bad. Um, I was sideways in the road in the basically it's 2 miles to go cross town from where the shop is to the grocery store and the gas stations. And I was sideways in the road in that 2 miles. It was pretty slippery and it came up kind of suddenly, as things do in mountainous regions. But we did get home safely. Hi, Iris. Welcome. Um, Hang on a sec. Wendy's at the door. Um, Wendy. Anyway, so here we are. You and me and the phone. Um, I don't know if I got anything interesting to talk to you about today, but I've been having some probably autoimmune MS flare-up stuff happening. And this is, a good month of having this happen. And I have not been feeling well. I've had a lot of pain. It reminds me of a year. Wow, I don't know how many years ago, but I seem to remember, I think Ozzy was still alive. And I had a rough winter. I was paralyzed that winter, I think. That might have been the winter they filmed the Nomadland movie that I wasn't in because I couldn't be there because I couldn't drive. I was paralyzed. Anyway, I decided to go up and visit with Shane and Lily at the time. By the way, Lily's getting ready to be a mama. She's an actual woman, not a dog. I have another friend, Brad, who has a dog whose name is Lily. Don't get them confused. But yeah, we did make it home safely. It was some scary driving until just outside of town in St. John's. Had we known, I would have invited that Overland Expo family to come camp up here. Overlanding family, not Overland Expo family. Anyway, they were in a place I was in and they were talking about how scared they were. They were from deep south, like Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas. And they had a very lovely outfitted Toyota 4Runner, like from the 70s maybe. And the husband was talking about how the reason he has the one he has, he had rolled his first one in an ice storm. And so the weather was really scaring them. And someone had told them to go to Springerville so they could get a hotel. They would have been fine up here by the time I got home. Like I said, I reached the railroad tracks 5-ish miles outside of St. John's, and it was dry as a bone. No storm, no nothing. I came home just fine. The tracker, though, I'll be talking to Stan about it. We had to change the fuel pressure regulator in it. And there's still an engine light code on. We thought it was O2 sensor, still could be. But coming home Friday, I lost power on one of the hills. And to have come home driving 65 miles an hour the whole way home, uphill and all. Um, the first day I drove it, that was really nice. And so I'm hoping to solve whatever that problem is. I need to check the fluids. I am not under as much pain as I have been. But MS is not a joke. Autoimmune diseases, not a joke. I mean, it really sucks that some of us get this and we don't really know why. And my not being very connected with my birth family, I wouldn't have information perhaps that some of them might have. I don't know the answer to that. But as far as I'm aware, nobody's ever had MS in my family before. But that's what I was diagnosed with. And I'm not under treatment because I haven't needed it, according to the only doctor I ever saw the one time when they diagnosed me. And most of the time I'm pretty good. I do think that the stress from working at the shop probably is affecting me. Now, I've decided to change my attitude about a couple of things, and it seems to be helping some. I think it's helping me some to have made the decision to not backtrack, not downsize, but go back to all my simple living low tech stuff and just forget trying to do all this high end power crap. I don't need it. I can see at night. I can, I have like shed style solar lights that have their own little solar panels. I'm fine. But I've given so much stuff to other people. There are times when I feel like maybe I gave too much, or I kept the wrong thing for me. And then when I spent that nearly $500 on this solar kit that I'm not even in love with, and I'm probably going to let that solar kit. I will make somebody a deal if they want that solar kit. There's nothing wrong with it. Thank you, Robert and Nancy. Kind of my second coffee. To be honest with you, I would rather have a glass of milk this morning, but I'm out of milk right now. I had gotten some milk from American Arrow in St. John's last week. It was top shelf. They have a top shelf that's half-ish price stuff. So stuff that's getting ready to have to be out of date or something, but it's not out of date yet. They stick it on that top shelf, and the price is right. So I had brought some milk home, and I'm sort of like, yeah, I would love to have just a glass of milk rather than a coffee today. But I don't have it, and it's okay. Joe and his wife Teresa from at work. Joe had had open heart surgery, and his wife was looking for husband daycare because she didn't want him to be bored, and husband daycare that was close to his close to emergency services in case something happened or something, and was something that he would enjoy. So he's working at the shop. They offered to pick up a Walmart order for me this weekend. And so I did choose to do that. This is early in my month. I'm not out of debt yet, guys. Next month. I was going to try to do it this month, but I just don't want to make it so tight this last month that it's difficult. And I've already had the health issues this last little bit. So I didn't want to do that. Karma Kitty likes dry cat food. Good Lord. I even opened a couple of cans of cat food for him because I had them here this week. He's not as happy. So I have to get a bigger bag of cat food and like an aluminum trash can or something to store it in. Probably an aluminum trash can. That's basically the most cost effective. The height and size is good, and I can lift the lid and I can maneuver to put a bag in, even if it's a 40-pound bag. I tested my lifting and walking and maneuvering skills this week, and yes, I've had some struggles and I'm okay. I think I'm going to need to um, work with my health again. My diet's pretty good. I actually have a pot with beef broth, that little blue pot, on the wood stove this morning. It's chilly here, but not cold. Whoops, the tripod fell, uh, slid down. Anyway, so I'll be having that broth, and then the animals can have meat and broth too later. Um, so my diet's pretty good. I've been doing something I've noticed other people with autoimmunes go through, and that is every once in a while you just blow up like a balloon. Um, I feel like I've been gaining weight, but I haven't changed what I'm actually eating. I don't, there's no reason for me to have gained an incredible amount of weight in like 2 days. And so this is an autoimmune symptom for some people. And I'm not the only one that I've ever heard of having that happen. So I've got that kind of, I see me here and I'm like, yeah, I'm not the shape and size I like. I don't seem to be able to affect it right now. That doesn't mean it won't get affected. But like my joints are sore, they have been. I'm not in as much pain as I was the last couple of weeks, but who knows how long it will last. I feel like a level of something is changing because this morning I have been cleaning up in the cabin, sweeping, washing things, um, just straightening up. And it's been okay. I feel kind of like I'm okay with that. Um, Maybe I feel a little more encouraged this morning, but there seems to be, for me, there seems to be just a period of right around a month early in the spring when the weather is changing, when I get off. And I've been doing that odd walk, which is, some people call it an MS gait. It's people who have MS. If you see them walking, they like waddle. I've been doing that. I feel it. I'm embarrassed by it. So when I'm at home, I try to talk myself through. You don't have to be embarrassed. Nobody's watching you here. When I'm at work and it happens, I don't want to walk in front of people because it I'm embarrassed. I don't want to be the old lady in the room kind of thing. Um, and yet, with the white tracker back, I'm encouraged and I'm excited and scared, wondering whether I have enough in me to go back and do more overlanding and fun stuff and camping. And I can't wait, but can I actually do it? How long is it going to take me to adjust? Um, I'm probably sitting too much at work, uh, but a lot of what I'm doing at work takes sitting. Um, I hear myself doing ums today. Uh, so Wendy's outside. It's sunny outside, so that's nice. I don't think we're supposed to, excuse me, I don't think we're supposed to have any more snow and bad weather, but it's supposed to get up to 80 this week. So then that comes with other issues, right? So last Sunday, as we were leaving each other from the live feed, um, both Dennis and Jess were here. They both did some work, finished up some stuff. Jess came by Friday because he knew about the snowstorm and put wood on the front porch for me and split some kindling. And oh, and put another screw in that temporarily up there metal roofing so the sound wouldn't be so bad. Um, then uh, Dennis was here, and we took the cattle panels down so that we're going to use the cattle panels back for the garden again. Um, I made decisions about that. I really want to keep this place simple. And I'm feeling myself just wanting to clean up back to what I know works and is simple, what I know can fit in my little tracker. Yes, I'll be working to make sure that I get that power thing going uphill straight, whatever. Um, and we'll check the pressure, make sure the fluids are good. But it's probably an O2 sensor. And even though Stan sometimes will say, well, you only need the one, and I can't remember, I think it's the uphill one or something, the intake and not the out, whatever. But often it's the other one, like the outtake or whatever, or I don't know, exhaust side or whatever. I think that's the one that triggers like the sensor to tell your check engine light to come on or something. And he'll often say, buy the one, but don't buy the other one. It's just money you don't need to spend. I want my check engine light to work as a check engine light. And if I have to buy two O2 sensors to make it work that way, I'll do it. So, okay, let me go see who's here. Um, oh, I gotta go quite a ways back. Okay. Are you guys using? I see a name, Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Homestead and Nomads, welcome. Nice to see you guys. Uh, oh, one of my ex-Nomad neighbors who moved here. Did I already tell you this? Who moved here after coming to camp. I used to have a spring camp out, 10-day camp out at my place and a community dinner around Passover time, which for some reason I've been saying it wrong for a while. It's on my calendar right. It's coming up this coming weekend. It's not the 7th, 8th, it's the 11th, 12th. And so I used to have a 10-day camp out up at my place, and lots of people came, and it included Passover night, night to be much observed, dinner, which we had sometimes up to 50 people here having dinner. So I got to check something. I just saw this. I didn't really go away. What is this new button for? Be careful touching buttons, right? What is it? Screen. Huh, interesting. Oh, look, I wonder. Oh, I wonder if it'll show you this. And look what's behind me. This is a new feature. Check out what's on the roof of the tracker. Now, FYI, this is a green screen thing. I didn't know was on the live stuff. But that picture I took yesterday. This is from C6 Outdoors. C6 Outdoors has sent me a Rev, R-E-V, tent. That's it. Now, it can be a rooftop tent, or it can be a ground tent, or you can use it in your pickup truck bed. There's a number of ways you can use it, okay? Has a 4-inch thick mattress built into it. Now, this is the fabric color when it's open. But there wasn't room inside when it was cold yesterday for me to like set it all up. But I got it put together, and which, because it arrived in 2 boxes. And so I got it put together, and then I set it on the top of the tracker to try it out, see if it was going to fit on the top of the tracker. Whoops, my head's in the way. Ooh, head's in the way. Anyway, and then, okay, get rid of that. Whoa, that was fun, huh? Oh, it stayed on. Can I take it off? Wait a minute. Let's do that. There we go. Hey, that was fun. I didn't know about that. That's new to me on there. And what's this one? This one is, oh, yeah. Okay. And this one is, yeah, retouch. You do not need to see, I don't know what retouch is for, but whatever, we'll turn it off. And the microphone and the turn the camera around. Okay, so I'm going back up here. Anyways, oh, yeah. So I think that the springtime might be affecting me a little bit with my MS. And maybe it's just thinking back on a couple of years. Maybe it's just normal for me at this time of year, especially when the weather's changing temperatures a lot, for me to just be adjusting in a weird way or off in an autoimmune way. I have decided to get more closely to carnivore than I've been experimenting for a few months, and I think I'll stop doing that so much. Yes, Iris. I agree with you. Iris said, by the way, guys, those 3 uppercase Qs help me to notice what to read in the comments. So Iris said, once you get on the road, Lesa, the fears will be replaced with sheer joy. Yes, you're preaching to the choir, Iris. I know that. But I also know right now, I have so freaking much stuff to do here and finish up, and I'm not quite ready to stop working yet. I'm so close to being out of debt. I would love to just pack it up and go be with friends, okay? Spend a few weeks just hanging in the hammock and doing what I want to do. And this Rev Tent, by the way, I did sign a contract, so I owe them 3 videos ish, and which is fine with me. Okay. I don't know if it will actually ride on the tracker. First off, I got to make sure whatever happened Friday that had me losing power going uphill, I want to get that fixed. I've got a couple of repairs to make to the rooftop itself. I knew when I installed those roof rails, I knew I was running a risk. Okay. So I didn't install them with lots of waterproofing, weatherproofing, or glue to keep them from leaking. I only have one bolt drips. One out of, I don't know, there's 8 or 12 or something in it. 8 maybe. Anyway, so I need to do a little repair on that, and then I want to paint it. And what I decided was I'm going to paint the center of those two black removable roof parts. I'm going to paint the center part with white paint so that it helps keep the heat down in the tracker. So I don't know how or whatever to carry that big tent with and in the tracker. Not sure about that at all right now. It would be a cool rooftop tent on the tracker, but in order to do that, it's light enough weight. It only, according to them, it only weighs 25 pounds, which is very possible that that's true. I was able to lift it. It's big, but I was able to lift it, carry it outside, stick it on top of my head, and slide it up on the roof yesterday. And so as far as taking it up and down, that wouldn't be a problem. If I was not having an MS moment, climbing up on the roof to sleep in it would be okay. But in order to sleep in it as a rooftop tent, I would have to have a roof rack. And it would have to be bolted into the frame in some manner. There's a spot above the rear taillights, and there's a spot on the A, I think it's called an A-frame, what's it called? A pillar, right behind between the two removable roofs. There's a piece of, in a Jeep it would be a roll bar, but this isn't a bar, so it's an A pillar. And there's places where you could attach a roof rack to that. You can't put much weight on that, whatever you do, you can't put much weight. I wouldn't mind doing that, but the expense, the extra project is too much for me right now. So the Rev Tent's here. I'm at least going to use it as a spare bedroom at home. I will probably sometimes, if I can maneuver, I didn't even try it, fitting it in the back of the tracker to see if it would fit inside. Didn't even try it. But I will at some point. Might take it with me. I really would like the front mounted hammock stand so I could sleep in a hammock off the front of the car. I would really like that. That to me is very simple. Yes, can I still sleep inside the car? Sure, I could. Because that still works. So who knows? I haven't figured it all out. I'm not in the mood for figuring it all out right now because I kind of don't feel well enough to do a whole lot of that. So, and of course, I enjoy being back on the road. Who's this? Beth? Sunshine makes most things better. Yes, it does. And it could be that feels better, but there's a whole nother side, and I see it in my eyes. Okay, whole other side that just feels like what, but I'll be all right. Liana, hi. Bernie, hi. Oh, you love Bernie. It's just my hair sticks. Babs, hi Babs. I'm tired today, Babs. You may know more about autoimmunes than I do. I don't know, but hi Donna Kay. Hi everybody. I'm so glad you guys are coming out. Deborah, hi. Oh, that's nice, Deborah. That's really cool, Lisa. Yeah. Okay, what's this? Is this Iris? Yeah, it's Iris. I'm in the same boat, Lesa, stuck here for 7 months due to van repairs. Depression is a real problem, but God willing, I'll not be on the Oregon coast for winter next year. There you go, Iris. For me, it's been a long, almost 2 years. It's been pretty much 2 years. And it's been hard, long. I dealt with being impatient, angry, wondering if I should just sell everything and just move on to something more fun, wondering if I'm too sick to keep going. When I have a flare up of the MS, I might get emotional. I just felt it hit right here, guys. Um, but when I have the MS kicking up like it has with all the pain the last couple of weeks, I've wondered, could I even go back out if I wanted to? I've wondered if I should stop working because I've had days when it was hard to stand up and it was hard to sit down. And it was hard to walk. And I'm trying to hide it from everybody and probably not doing a good job knowing me. But yeah. Um, uh, AC, I saw your roof or a pillar. Yes, be careful with that. We drilled into my roof and it was a first gen rally top. Rally tops, I sent them pictures and everything because I wanted to see if they had repair kits. They didn't. So they told me to please just leave it on the back of the tracker and not remove it because it was so well installed, even though the machine bolts look a little rusty. They were like, it's on there so good, don't touch it. Because a new one would cost me $2,000. And there is no repair kit for that one. Well, because I wanted to have Max Tracks with me when I went to Baja, I needed a place to store them. And I didn't have my relationship with Go Treads at the time. And so I bought Max Tracks. Wendy's at the door. And then I pulled the so I hunted for some kind of roof rail that would allow me to use bungee cords to put the Max Tracks on the roof because I didn't know where else to put them. And actually, I see the next comment, AC. Not frustrated as much as I'm not feeling well. My autoimmune seems to be a flare up. And I don't want to fight like I have before. And yet I know, okay, I don't have to fight to improve. I just have to work with what's happening that's beyond my control and slowly force my mind to let me do some things to where, I don't know whether it's where my body will catch up, but I need to start. Now it's been really cold again. But I need to start walking again. I need to go camp outside. If I have to take that new Rev Tent and set it up in the backyard and sleep in it, it probably would make me feel 100% better. But anyway, so yeah, I drilled into the roof to install the rails to hold the Max Tracks on the trip to Baja. And I'm sorry I did that. A number of people told me not to. I didn't listen. I did it anyways, and yet I think it looks good on the top of the car. It's just that those particular rails are not as useful. If I had put track, H track, I forgot what it's called. That some of the overlanders do use, anyways. I could have put little clips in there that would have had tie down loops and stuff. Would have been more practical. So I'm gonna need to rework that a little bit. Luckily, I didn't glue it down in a way I could patch the holes, or because they're just drill holes. And there's only either 6 or 8 of them. But anyways, or I need to loosen the machine bolts, put silicone or something, and then tighten them back down, and then glue everything so it can't move. And then in the track, I need to go take a picture of that track. But in that track, there's these little bullet things that slide. And because they slide in the wind. And so even if I do put a bungee cord on them, they move. So Camper Van Kevin was at the shop the other day, and he said, "Hey, Lesa, why don't you just put hot glue on each side of those, or why don't you glue them permanently down, like with weather strip and adhesive that Stan's such a fan of, right?" So I'm thinking about those things, all right? I'm thinking about doing that to improve or whatever. But first, I'm talking to the C6 Outdoors about the way for me to possibly carry that big tent with me. One, it's a 4-season. It's going to be freaking comfortable because the mattress is all built in. I wouldn't have to, I could just take the sleeping bags and a pillow that I have. Wouldn't even have to like pack a bunch of stuff. It would be really comfortable, just put on the ground. And so it's very possible I could maneuver that. I just haven't made up my mind yet. And I can't stand clutter. And I've got a lot of stuff happening with the guys helping me work, but I need more money and more supplies. And of course, with the tracker, I can't go after supplies. So that's a whole thing. But I need more money, more supplies, more stuff finished. Dennis and I decided that rather than I would really like the Bermuda shutters on these 2 windows. But the more important thing than to have those is to prevent the strong sun from heating the house up in the summer. And Dennis already has the window film to put on these 2 windows. And so we agreed to, rather than him trying to finagle with the scrap I have here, I'm going to have him put the window film on the inside of these 2 windows. That'll cut down the heat. And then I'm going to order the white perforated window film that goes on the outside of the windows to prevent the sun ever from hitting the glass. We'll put that on the outside of that window as well. And then I don't have to worry about somebody walking too close to the wall. There's a bunch of things that kind of solves for now. I might change my mind, and I might get the Bermuda shutters back up, the hurricane shutters back up, or back on the project list. But this is least expensive. Somebody can do it right away. And so that can happen. I'm also going to have him do movable shutters. So I have to buy the mechanism for the west side of the front porch. And that's because sometimes the wind and the sun is too much. But when it's hot, you just want the air to go through. And I love my view, and he's going to do my porch railing as well. So hopefully And he's the one that texted me earlier. Anyways, hopefully that's gonna, go through just fine. Who is that? Did I see Lisa L? Hi, Lisa. Thank you for being here. 4 years stuck here in North Dakota. 4 years, I can't even imagine. For me, up until this last 2 years, 6 months was horrible to be in one place. I can only manage. 3 months is hard for me. So 6 months is painful. 2 years, I've been through every emotion possible. I've had the MS kick up. I've been really healthy. I've done well. I've bought things to try to be comfortable. I've maneuvered some stuff. I've fought with different systems. And you know what? I go right back to being who I am. Very low tech, simple. Yes, there's solar here, but it's not a big solar kit. You're not going to come here and plug in some heater. I'm not going to have a mini split installed in this cabin. I'm not going to do it. First off, I don't want to be inside that much. My health sucks when I'm inside too much. And, it's been winter and I've had to be inside a lot because it was too cold outside. So it would really be good for me to start sleeping outdoors again. That would really, really be good for me. So I can't even imagine being there 4 years, Beth. Your drive and ability to stay so active, even with the challenges you face, is truly inspiring. Thank you, Lisa. I have my moments when I'm not feeling it on a personal level. I try to remember that that's part of what I'm trying to encourage people to do, is no matter how you feel or what you've got or don't got, right? Not good English, but you guys get it. It doesn't matter what you have, what you don't have, what you're missing, what you think you're missing, what you are blessed with or feel cursed with. It really doesn't matter. There comes a point where you get to decide what you, as your own personal projects, okay? We all have projects. So I'm one of my projects, okay? I want to be a healthier version of me. That's why I spend so much time making sure that my diet and my lifestyle is as healthy as possible. I can't fix everything. But you know what? Even with the limitations, sometimes it's better than others. Even with my age, which I don't see as a bad thing, even with my mental state of sometimes being so unsure. This morning, very unsure, feeling good. There's some sunshine, the breeze. I have a couple windows cracked open. The breeze coming through. It feels good. I wanted the stove on. It was a little cool in the 50s this morning. And then I wanted to get that meat cooked so I wouldn't have to cook later. I'm out of my denatured alcohol. Well, my heat. I like the yellow bottle of heat, but I'm out of it right now. And I don't think I even have a can of Sterno right now. That's not a bad thing. The weather's good enough. I could have the campfire going out there, the fire pit. I could have the charcoal going. I could do a number of things. I'm just not in the mood, right? Because I don't feel my best. But the kind of mental state I'm in today is, can I even go back? Well, first off, you can't go back. We don't have time machines. If we did, I'd go a lot further back just to find out what things were like, because I'm curious. But no, it's not about going back, but it's like all the things I love the doors are opening up again so that I could do them. But how do I? When do I? At what stage do I? Will I be okay? Do I have enough strength to protect Wendy if a wild animal comes up? Well, you're going to find strength when that happens. Because they're not taking my dog. She might be bait, but you're not getting her. And you're not getting my dinner either. Because I'll fight you for that. We're not doing that. You want my coffee? Drink it. Please. You guys get my drift anyways. But yeah, I'm just trying to, I think as a general thing is, look, after all I've been through in my life and all the crap and all the, come on, when I was hiking on the Appalachian Trail, there was one field in, one section in Virginia, no, in North Carolina. One section in North Carolina, maybe it was Tennessee, North Carolina though, I think. There was all these round like river rocks. I couldn't take 2 steps without stubbing my toe. Nobody told me I had MS at that point. But that was MS. And I didn't know. And I kept going, what is freaking wrong with me? Why can't I pick my stupid feet up? And I was beating myself up. And then I realized after a while, then came those hundreds of steps to get up that side of the mountain. Was that on, I don't remember the name of that either, something bald. Anyways, and halfway up it, I just collapsed crying on one of the steps. And I was like, I don't know why. I got no more. I've stubbed my toes so much on all those rocks. And then there's all these steps. And I'm just trying to walk. I can walk. What is wrong with me? And don't you know the next person who came around the corner? And it was cold that day. And he's in these little, 1970s little roller skating shorts. And he had a big lawn chair strapped to his backpack. And he's going downhill, booking along, and he's way older than me. And and I'm like, see, what is wrong with me? Why can't I do that? Right? And then, it's okay, Wendy, I think. Something's out there, huh? Do you want to go out? You want to go see? Go check. Be careful, okay? Be very careful, please. Be careful, please. So, myself together and then went a few more slowly, but going a few more steps up. And the guy came back uphill. He said, so I don't want to tell you who I am first, but something's going on with you. And he said, as I'm walking by, I'm being told I've got to come back and spend a few minutes. We spent 3 hours talking. He was a rabbi. It was one of the best conversations. And I was able to finish a lot of that. But it was in that moment, I didn't know, I didn't know I had MS in that moment either. But, that's how I feel again the last couple of weeks. It's, even though I'm not stubbing my toe on rocks in the same way as that section of the AT was hard for me, not knowing that I had an autoimmune disease and all these other issues. I was trying to be normal, whatever that is. Don't we all know normal's a setting on a dryer, right? But it's the same kind of like emotion or feeling that it's like I might stub my toe a lot as I start over. It may feel awkward like it used to, and I'll be okay, but at what point do I feel more okay enough to start it? At what point do I just do it? Because I can, but at what point? Where do I? And even just talking to you guys this morning and talking about setting the new tent up right here inside the backyard wouldn't be a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. It's a good way to maybe start getting healthier again. Um, I mean, autoimmune diseases have their own way of dealing with you. You never know from one day to the next. One day I may be feeling pretty good and thinking, "Yay, it's getting better," and then the next thing you know, you just don't have it. So, um, well, that's so nice, Deborah. I saw your comment. Um, Thank you, Bernie. Bernie said, "So true, your words of health." Beth, backyard camping will make you feel better, and you're not that far from home base. Right. I have all the systems set up here where I can be okay. So it might be a good idea. Bernie found out in the 80s she had MS, and then, oh, yeah, yep. Leanna, go into Sholo on Wednesday. Have an afternoon doctor appointment. Those lumber items you need this week. Maybe yes, Leanna. Maybe yes. Let me get with you, okay? Lisa, weird idea, lol. What about a Walmart parking lot camp out with Wendy? Easy supplies, no long drives, and just a night under the stars. Live video. Um, uh, I guess I feel like the Walmart parking lot should be a different day when I feel like I can deal with the possible people. And for me, Walmart parking lot is an hour away. And I would have to be sure that my bed set up in the tracker is what I need for an in the car sleep. And so that's a whole thing too, okay? So yes, it's an idea. I'm not giving up on that. Donna has to go. Have a great day. The fact that we're all here is a blessing. Yes, I agree with you. So Donna Kay, have a wonderful day. We're praying for you consistently, sister. Uh, Deborah, I know how you feel. I use a wheelchair all the time because I have post polio. I now have severe edge. Oh, I'm so sorry, Deborah. Um, the challenges of trying to be an active, trying to be, no, it's like for me being an explorer and um, and a traveler and an adventurer is like in me, like part of who I am, and very creative, right? Those things are in me. And so when I was teaching at Overland Expos, which I'm waiting to hear if I have a class coming up in May at the Overland Expo West in Flagstaff. I don't know if I have a class yet. I don't know my role up there yet, but I applied. I've contacted my contacts. I'm in touch with people. So I'm hoping I'm going to be there for camping. I don't know what other role I'm going to get to have. I don't know if we're showing the tracker off. All the I don't knows, okay? But I was teaching some classes about overlanding while you're disabled and about just do what you can while you can, because we don't know what tomorrow is going to be like. And so on a day when it's good, plan for your worst day. So when you build your build it as if you can't get out of bed, you can't move, it's your worst day. If you build it that way, everything you do is gravy, right? Or is special, extra. But then as you every day, if you're able, you do the best you can with what you've got and try to just be the best you can be with that. And if it's that today I need my, what did I call it last week? I need my sweater blankie because I need to hug something weird's going on and I can't control it, well, wear your sweater blankie and hang out near the campfire or whatever you need to do, right? But you do the best you can with what you've got in the moment. And for me, being adventurous and exploring and being a traveler and all that other, if I could get on a plane or a train, if I could go somewhere, if I could let somebody else do the driving sometimes, if I could, whatever, I'd be right there. Just right now, I've chosen, while I've got the opportunity, to earn the money, get some things taken care of. I'd like to have a good, healthy emergency fund as I finish up this getting out of debt next month. Looks like next month. And then my website guy, Darren, has I just was able to pay him for the last stickers that are all gone as of 2 years ago. So we're getting ready to do new stickers. So I'll have some for when I am out there again. We're looking at some merch. I have this thing I keep thinking I ought to do a sun hoodie or a zippered jacket, like zippered hoodie thing or sun thing, or I don't know, but they won't be cheap, but they'll be very practical. Anyway, and so yeah, we're getting ready to do some of those things. I got one other guy I need to contact from 2 years ago at Overland Expo. I have not kept in touch with him well, but I need to get a hold of him because on top of the fact that he gave me some money, and I would like to see about whether I should pay him back. He didn't really tell me in the moment. I think he was a lawyer, and I want to make sure that my contractual agreements with companies are kind of, Deborah, you certainly have challenges, but I hope you're able to get outside and breathe real air every day, even at 73 years old, with your limits. But hey, look, I've even seen people have their friends build them four-wheel drive wheelchairs so they can actually go hiking again when they wanted to. There's a girl out there, well, there's a couple of companies out there that do that. So, good teacher stories I could listen to. Thanks, Lesa. I think I am a good storyteller. I think you're right about that. It took me a long time to accept it, but we're gonna do more stuff. I'll get with Leanna about getting some of these supplies. I have a choice about which way to buy supplies. I'm getting a phone call. Oh no, I didn't really lose you. Okay, Babs. Babs, love you. Did your friend come this way looking for land, or is that happening soon? What? I think I'm thirsty. And I think I don't have what I want for a drink of water. Let me think about that. I have boiled water, but it's all hot. That water might be clean enough water. Oh, okay. Hey, Shane. Shane, I tried calling you because I was having a hard time yesterday. And I was remembering the last time, or one of the last times I was having that same or similar hard time as I've been having the last week or so, was the year that you got me up and had me drive to Colorado to meet you and Lily. And then you kind of forced me to go to a water park with you. And I was so embarrassed and I was so feeling weird about it. And I went and bought a bathing suit at Walmart. And the only one that fit was like real bright colors and dangly, fringy things. And I was like, I already feel bad. I don't want to look weird too. But it's the only one that would fit me. And then we went to the water park. And I hadn't had so much fun in I don't know how long. And I just thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed. And I was so grateful that you guys could let me start to try to come back out from what had been happening, that I was very depressed and my legs were not working well and I was struggling to walk when I saw you. But anyways, that was such a wonderful, wonderful trip and life-changing for me. And I'm feeling like a similar way to the way I'm feeling a similar way to how I felt when I left home to come see you guys that trip. Um, uh, I've had quite a bit of the autoimmune MS, probably flare. I've had quite a bit of that the last month. And I've had days when I feel like I'm dragging my left leg. That is weird. But anyways, it was a good story, Shane. It was a really good story. I love you guys. Like, you guys are like family. And all because Lily wanted to walk Aussie. We met at Fortuna Pond years ago. Shane's late wife, had passed away not long before that. And he got permission from Colorado to homeschool Lily and took her on the road. And we were both camped at Fortuna Pond, probably before Thanksgiving that year. And Lily saw me walking Ozzy around the pond and she wanted to walk him. And I told her that that she had to get permission from her parents, and her parents had to meet me before she could walk my dog. And then Shane came over to my van and brought 2 beers. He didn't know I didn't drink beer. He was very generous, would have shared. And we just sat. I was right like on the water. And we just sat and chit-chatted and visited. And he gave permission for Lily to walk Ozzy. And we've become family from that. I have even been entertained by his aunt and uncle. And I think I know most of his family. The ones in Colorado, the ones in Sedona, the ones that like to be on the road sometimes. We're all kind of connected. So that's nice. You're not far away. Come visit. When I'm able to, Shane. I can't quite yet. But Shane, I already showed people earlier, but since this is up and I can do it again, check this out. Okay, they have this green screen thing I can do on the videos, okay? Check this out. It's not permanently mounted. It's just perched for view on top of the tracker, okay? It's not up there. I can't drive like that. So, okay, here we are back. But, yeah, whoops, hit the done button. But, yeah, I'd like to, I don't know, I'd kind of like to figure out how to make my water port actually have, okay, I have a water port. It's a 4-ish gallon water tank that goes into a 2-inch receiver hitch on a vehicle. And I have a front 4-inch, that 2-inch receiver hitch and a rear 2-inch receiver hitch mounted on my tracker. In the past, the water port was installed on the rear, and we were saving the front for the hammock stand. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Leanna? I wish I didn't have pictures prepared for that. I don't know what else it's going to let me show, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, that tent can be either a ground tent. You can put it in a bed of a pickup truck, or you can carry it on top or in your car. And I believe that it's supposed to come with the tie-down straps for carrying it in the car, but I think they forgot to send me that box package. So I need to send an email to the company and say, look, how could I do this? Because I have no tie-down straps. So, and see what they say, because they've been so wonderful to gift me that. So I will be doing actual videos of that soon. I have some video I filmed already. I just want to keep things simple. I have that portable fire pit from before that has the cover to go over it, and it has the grill for cooking on. Oh, Lesa, oh my goodness. Whoops. What happened? Oh, it. Well, thank you so very much. Oh, that's so sweet, Lesa. Anyway, so if I can. So the water port I got, TJ Shack bought me that as a gift before I went to Baja. It was wonderful to have in Baja. But from the very get-go, I never was able to make that pressurized. I never figured it out. I tried everything I could try. I thought it was me because, with my history, I just always think everything's me first. And so I thought it was me. And then when my son was here last year, I had him try it. I was like, you should be able to use this as your shower. It should be able to sit on the floor, and it should spray water high enough for you to shower. He couldn't make it work. He was so freaking frustrated. And I was like, okay, well, let's forget that. We'll deal with it later. So I've contacted Waterport and said, I don't know why mine never worked, but does your new attachment for hands-free kitchen sink and shower, is that a USB rechargeable system? Because I have a little USB water pump I can set on top of it and use, because I own one. But they have a system, and it has both suction cups for a window and magnets, and it's fancy. But it seems like I ought to be able to work out a pro deal or a sponsorship of, hey guys, make mine work, because people are going to see it on my channel. So I started opening up the lines of communication with them, but I haven't gone any further. I also started opening up the lines of communication with the Rockpot people. They were all excited. And then the salesman told me he sent me the wrong address. And I haven't heard any more from them. So I don't know what's going on with that. So I may have to wait a minute on the Rockpot. But I think it's a good idea too. Um, but I don't want a bunch of stuff. I want my simple, keep it simple, please. And I think when I do go back on the road, unless I'm making a special batch of coffee for somebody, I'm just going to take the Folgers coffee tea bags because they work and they taste good. And there's no mess at all. And I think I'm just going to take those. I have lots of ways to boil water. Um, I don't know. It's hard for me right now to let myself dream about what I want or how I want to set up camp. I will be taking these two little fire pit rockers. I got two. You guys remember, I got them when they were on sale. Um, and they have the black and gray camo with some green accents on them. My current go treads are green as well, so I may be doing the green kind of color. I don't know this time. But I'll be taking the two rockers, so I'll probably order a carry bag in case they're dirty for putting in the car. And the little fire pit thing I have is 20 inches across, maybe 22. Folds up, it has its own bag. That'll go with me because think about it, two little rockers and a little portable fire pit. That's also a grill. That takes care of a lot of stuff right there all by itself. Then my little titanium pots and alcohol stoves. Oh, help me decide, guys. I've been trying to decide. Do I put, so the tailgate trim is off because we've been trying to find a rattle inside the back tailgate door. We think we found it. Also, Stan is helping me touch up paint that peeled off. So thank you, Stan, for doing all these extras. The blessings of working with mechanics, whatever. Plus the fact that he can check what's going on with the car for a little while, like on a daily. So, so the tailgate, I want to put a front runner tailgate table on there. But the front runner tailgate table is the one that has a nice solid frame and is hinged and closes. But when it's open, it also has a cutting board that slides out. It's almost $300, but I really want that. Do I save money and wait and don't put anything on there until I can have that? Or do I give in and DIY something out of, for example, one of the pretty bacon sheets at Walmart that are my teal color speckled enamel? Or do I buy a cheap under $50 tailgate table that would have more holes in it, but would have only the two posts that screw to the back door, and it would be under $50? Which tailgate table idea would you guys do? I feel like I should put the trim back on once we finish figuring out the rattle, and then just wait. I don't want to wait. But what would it be? This is April now. Well, you know what? I want that table on before I go to Overland Expo. I should just I should just check my money, buy the table, and put on the one I want, right? And then be done. What say you guys? I think I need to, I feel like I'm not getting any answers from you. Oh, popping in late. Hey, Mary. Okay, cool. Yeah, I probably should just bite the bullet and get the table I really want. What you guys take on that? Because that's where I would use my titanium pots and my alcohol stoves for making a quick coffee, a little lunch, something like that. It would not be the big crazy buy exactly what I want. You have tables, yeah. Yes, and I have had tables, and I could have tables. I probably, no, I gave, when Jack was leaving here, I gave him most of my camping gear. I also am going to have to get a new toilet system because I gave Jack my InstaPrivy. I need to get a hold of Paul, find out if he's still doing that. And do I go with an InstaPrivy or do I go with a Thunderbox? Thunderbox is metal, a lifetime thing where you buy it once and your grandkids will have it. Or do I do the InstaPrivy because the company's been really good to me? Because I gave Jack all that stuff when he left here. I made sure he had everything he needed to set out. So think you should buy whatever table you want, but it's always fun to see how creative and innovative. I bet you could come up with something. I could. I know I could come up with something because, like those cookie sheets, bacon sheets that have the little lip on them. So they're technically cookie sheets. And they have them in a lot of different sizes. And they have the teal blue enamel. And really, that with airplane wire and a couple of hinges, I mean, tailgate table, but it's still going to cost about $50. But it's not going to be as fancy and nice as like the slide out cutting board table. I have to think about this sometimes. I used to have this idea that because I was poor, because my family didn't like me, because of all that stuff, I was like, well, I can't have what other people have. So when I had the opportunity to have something new and nice and not from a thrift store, even though I'm good at doing some of those other things, I was like, I want the new one because I don't want a hand me down. I don't want somebody else's trash and problems. And I'm so grateful I can have something nice for a change. I want something nice. And so I've been through that. Um, I'll have to. But the front runner table is almost $300. So it would probably be better if it would be prettier if I would make my own DIY of a bacon pan. I had ordered the titanium cutting board for making that table, and then when it showed up, it wasn't titanium, it's stainless steel. So it sits on the table right now, but it's not what it was supposed to be. Yeah, maybe I should just work with this a little bit. Because I still have that pretty piece of flooring that kind of looks like kitchen tile. I've had that for a while too that could be used. Oh, and there's some really pretty stick-on tiles at places like Walmart and Dollar Tree, and they're kind of shiny and good looking. And I mean, it would be cool to make it pretty. I don't need it to be gaudy or, well, I don't know what word to use, but it doesn't need to be weird. Um, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. And I've decided as I'm cleaning for Passover, which is happening this week, right? Because the end of the week will be Passover and unleavened bread. So I'm cleaning with that in mind, but as I'm doing it, I'm also re-simplifying and trying to imagine what I would want in the car as opposed to in the cabin. What will be useful as the screen porch is enclosed, because Jess is working on that. Um, so, it's like, okay, some of this stuff that's in here is planned for out there, but it made it more comfortable this winter. And so the fact that I want a chair over there in that corner with the rack that is supposed to be my shoes on the bottom and the bench on the top. So it's another place to put somebody's butt when they want to sit. And then the top shelf I was going to use for like books, stuff like that. Maybe my sewing kit, whatever I'm messing around with. And then these lawn chairs, which fold up and go with me, right? Um, Rocking chairs. Then, there's two. There's supposed to be one near the fire and one over there. And I think it's coming along. But like some of the other stuff that's in here was make do, get by. That's going out, the wood cook stove's probably going out back. I still am up in the air about, do I sell it? Do I not sell it? But I have lots of ways to cook and do things and whatever. I don't even know sometimes. So a well thought out idea is worth every penny. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, and Bertie, what was the girl's name that was here the other day? Oh, it's in my little book. Oh, by the way, guys, I found one more sticker. I thought my stickers were gone. Mystic Pickle was here in town the other day. She was at the shop having some work done. In fact, she's coming back Tuesday for more work. She mentioned me on her channel. She was hunting for a cooler. And when Jess came last week, he said, by the way, Miss Lesa, I don't think I'm going to get the cooler from you. I don't really need it. Why don't you let it go to somebody that really needs it? So I took it to work and I stuck a $40 tag on that cooler. And she came in and she went, whose cooler? I want to buy it, like right now. And I was like, what? I was like, of course you can buy it. It's mine. Of course you can buy it. And she goes, really? Seriously? And I was like, yeah. Are you interested in the refrigerator? She goes, no, I think the cooler. So she bought the cooler. So, and she was very happy because I had just upgraded mine. By the way, Bernie, love my new Ninja Frost Vault. I got the 30-gallon. Well, you guys saw me trying to get it unboxed in the back of the car, the blue tracker, when I was at work, and it was really windy. It was a bad video, but anyways, I took it out of the box with y'all. Love this new cooler. It is fantastic. It would fit 4 blocks of ice. The most I've put in it is 2. 2 blocks of ice, whether I'm running the wood stove, not running the wood stove, whether it was in the hot car with the windows not covered, not insulated, it's keeping ice in any form at least a week. And that drawer on it, what a wonderful thing. So lately I've been able to get beef bacon and I'm not reacting to it. I've been able to have eggs that I'm not reacting to. And I've been able to even drink some milk. And I'm really enjoying drinking milk for some reason. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm really enjoying it. So I often am either having milk or cream or sour cream, not so much yogurt, or don't like cottage cheese at all. Not so much yogurt or anything else, but because there's so little ingredients in those, that's so I've been able to get, there's a sour cream that's a store brand that only has 3 ingredients and I'm okay with, and so it doesn't have the pectin. Um, in the sour cream, which I try to only get from American Arrow, I'm going to get it, and then milk. So one of those things with blueberries and or a little bit of honey is sometimes my last little treat before I go to bed at night, which has been just lovely. I don't know why, but it's what I'm doing. And so I'm just enjoying it. And the beef bacon and egg, I'm able to make a cup of coffee in the morning while I'm getting dressed for work. Wendy has come back to work with me a couple of days. So now I can leave Wendy at home or take her, depended. But we were having a big storm, so I took her a few days and it worked out okay. So I can put my coffee on, drink 1 cup of just black coffee at home, and then while my coffee's being made, I put 1 or 2 little strips of beef bacon. So beef bacon often is a long strip, and so I just cut it in half, and like 2 of those will fit in a little tiny cast iron fry pan. And when they're almost half cooked, I crack 1 egg in it, and Wendy and I share that in the morning, and then I go to work. Now that might change because Colton will be back this week for our tire guy. He was off. They were off getting his grandmother from, I don't want to misspeak, some other state, Michigan maybe or Ohio maybe, I forgot. To bring her back. She's moving back with the family out here, so they're moving her. That was all last week. So he'll be back this week to ride with me again. His mom keeps me in eggs pretty good. Um, but anyway, so I've been able to do that in the morning before I leave for work, and then at work I'll have my second cup of coffee, and I decide at work whether I'm having milk in it or not. Depends on my mood, right? And then um, well, I just ordered, I've got a Walmart order that Teresa and Joe from work are going to pick up for me today. And in that order, I ordered one of those little dinky waffle makers for at work because I think cracking an egg in there and putting a slice of cheese on it would be a really nice snack or lunch at work. And so I bought one of those for work. Um, let's see. But yeah, this thing has been great. I'm not having any trouble. The drink containers and like bottles fit in the top of this just fine. I would like to get the divider cut board thing for it because I can see it would be really useful when I start having more Pellegrinos again. I miss my Pellegrino a little. I've also ordered that for that pickup order, but to have that halfway divider. But as it is, sometimes I'll put 2 blocks of ice side by side on the bottom, but then the tall bottles don't fit. So I can put 2 blocks of ice over here, or I could just put ice cubes. Doesn't matter. And it has a drain, which is great, but the drain is not threaded with the same kind of threads as a garden hose like other drains used to be on coolers. So I have to take it outside to drain the water out of it. It's not like I don't think, I need to check this. I don't think, maybe I can just drain it into a bucket. Because right now it's at the cabin. It's larger over than my other, it takes a little more space than my old one did, but it's so great. So let me go back up here. You'd be putting that where to buy which thing? Oh, okay, hang on a second. Would love to see the drawer on that cooler. Well, we could take care of that here. Let's show you more about the cooler. For right now, here it is. All right. Now, with this angle, you can buy this off of the Ninja website, or you can buy it off of Amazon. So I do not believe, I probably did not put it in my store, Beth. Beth is real good at, yeah, I've got the phone plugged in. The phone's pretty charged right now. We're at 88%. We don't need to be plugged in anymore. There we go. So here it is. Yes, this would take a lock. On the Ninja website, you can buy it as a kit with the locks, the cutting board, and they have ice packs for it. But I haven't put it in my website yet. This is a thing of beauty. You can do it one-handed, all right? Sometimes mine's a little close to the wall, okay? Love the handles. I love the handles are nice and big, right? So this is, I gotta stand up to help. And you know my lawn chair, my rocking chairs are short. So here's what it looks like inside today, guys. A block of ice. That block of ice I bought Wednesday last week. And that's a chunk of fajita meat from American Arrow. It's like half a package, okay? But that's because I don't really have much in there right now. And I just love how smooth that is. And then it's on a plant trolley, so I can move it easier. And then I'm just not sure it would hit that it would drain into a bucket. I'm not sure. I need to try it one day. So here's the drawer. Okay, the drawer has a lock. And as you can see, wait a minute. Let me change the angle of the phone, okay? And untwist this. Bear with me a minute, guys. I can't get the top. Oh, I got it. With sometimes my autoimmune. And when that happens, that's another really big annoyance to me. I wanted to twist. Okay, come on. One more twisty down. I can't do it. I can't grip today, guys. Sorry. All right, we're going to do it like this. All right, you can see the orange pretty good. Okay, so that's the lock. You lift that up, which I probably can't do with one hand, right? Okay, there we go. So now it's not locked. And here's the handle. You pull it out. It's a drawer, just like that. And that's my beef bacon. That's half a package of beef bacon from American Arrow, okay? And that's how much room is in there. Couldn't tell you exactly, but it's cold. And it's waterproof. And it's dry down there. And so that way you know it's locked. So it works. It so freaking works. I'm so freaking... Yes, I'm saying freaking a lot. I love it. Okay? Chips. What did she say? I haven't tried them yet, but I see chips made from cottage cheese. Yeah, like a waffle thing from cottage cheese and eggs, right? Anyways, I'll be trying some of those things at work. I don't want to mess with them at home, but Anadema, be nice about it, but my health is pretty good right now. Okay? The Ninja. Okay. So it's called Ninja Frost Volt. And this is the 30 quart. Take a bigger one. And the new bigger one, that's the name, okay? Ninja Frost Volt. The new bigger one, like 50 quart or something, has wheels on it. So if you know, wheels would be nice, but in my life they'd be in the way because of, the small space stuff I do all the time. But Ninja Frost Volt, 30 quart. Love, 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 love. Yes, of course, being a little closer to grocery stores is helpful. Eggs are farm fresh eggs. They are actually underneath that blue bowl. Can you see that blue egg box right there? But they're eggs that have never been refrigerated. Okay, so I don't keep my eggs in the cooler. If it was in the car in the summer, I probably would keep them in the cooler, but that's because the cars can be so hot they can cook them in Arizona. I also, in that particular, hey, Catherine, in that particular scenario of hot summer and eggs, I might do what I've seen other people do, which I wouldn't. I mean, I've done it myself when I was younger, okay? I might just take a Nalgene or, okay, a bottle, crack a dozen eggs and put them in a bottle so that I don't have to keep the delicate eggs somewhere else. It's possible that I would do that. And then to put them cracked in a bottle inside the cooler on one side. I don't know if you noticed, let me show you that too. But inside there's a groove in the center. Can you, oh, you can't see that groove right there. I can't. Can you see it in the back? Yeah, you can see it right there. There's a groove there and one here in the front. And so that's where they have a cutting board divider you can put in there. But they also have ice packs made special for it. So if you were more of a weekend warrior or somebody that's around a refrigerator freezer, you could do ice packs. Okay, bye, Mary, and hi to your daughter, okay? We'll see you guys later. So 35 myths. What is that? Good morning, everybody. Sorry you're late, but in general conference from Salt Lake, I'll catch up when it. Oh, wonderful. Hi, Catherine. Okay, I'm glad you're doing your thing. I know it's important to you. Ninja Frost Vault with drawer. Yes, ma'am. That's it, Beth. And mine's the 30 quart. I just love it. I think it's just the right size. I don't know what it's for. Anyway, it might be that. The cooler, the Frost Vault. No, mine's a 30 quart. It doesn't come in a 28. It's a 30 or a 50 quart is what all I know that they have available in the Frost Vaults. Frost Vault. Volt. Anyway, love this cooler. Totally love it. It's just the right size. Yeah, I'm a little closer. I'm able to get to grocery stores a little better and stuff like that than at some points in my life and adventures. But I I can't imagine. I can imagine traveling with this and not having any trouble because I can put a block of ice. I can, but I'd like to have that little cutting board. All you found was 25 and bigger. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, mine's a 30 quart. As a frost fall, Beth? Okay. Anyway, I just love it. Like I said, I want that divider cutting board thing. I think it would keep the one side a little more dry than it is now, but whatever. And I mean, come on, the fact that I could keep some Pellegrinos and a gallon of milk fits or a half gallon of milk fits, and then there's plenty of room for ice. I don't know if I would use the ice packs as long as I'm working over at Stan's and I have access to the freezer. I could do an ice pack. I think I put a couple of those things in my wish list, like the cutting board thing, the divider cutting board thing. And I figured, even though there's one another company makes to fit it that's white, Ninja, the one that they sell is black. I probably should get the Ninja one to make sure it fits right. And it is a few dollars more. So I don't remember if I put that in my wish list correctly, but whatever. So, love, 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 love this cooler. You haven't heard me talk that way about things I do in a while. And it's in between cold weather and warm weather. So again, some mornings I'm getting up and putting the candelier with the 3 candles on the table. When I go to the bathroom early in the morning with the animals, like at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is, and I'll just put a little pot of water on there for my hot coffee, or I'm whatever. So in the in between season, because the cabin doesn't have the wind affecting the temperature of the little lantern, I can use the lantern to cook on, slow cooking thing, but it's nice. So yeah, that's it exactly. You've been a member for 35 months. That's what it took me a minute to figure that out. I was like, oh, yeah. That's right. You've been a member a long time, girl. And I know you had to cancel it once and then you came back in. So I don't know at what time I don't know if that's your full time or not, but you've been a member since I started memberships. That's kind of cool. Um, Darren and I are going to work out a way for me to blog on my website. We are working on that. I think I'm going to go ahead and order a white tire cover for the spare tire on the back of the tracker. How long can boiled eggs be out of the fridge? Cool. Well, I think it's a week or two, but it depends on whether the shell got cracked, depends on how hot it is. There's a few of those things that affect it. But once you make egg salad out of it, then you've got days, right? Oh, cool. Okay. If you rejoin quick enough, it recounts. Okay, cool. Cool. Out of cold. Gotcha. Gotcha. Anybody, Lesa, are you interested in that little refrigerator freezer I've had that thing's sitting at the office, and it's I put $95 on it for sale. It's hardly used, but it makes a good little freezer. It won't hold a tall gallon of anything. It's small. Anyways, that's okay. I don't know what else to talk about right now, but it's fun to talk about gear that's good. I love this cooler. I can't wait to play with it more out in the field. And I can imagine my little campsite being kind of nice and like really quick and simple to set up, because the little fire pit, the 2 rocking chairs, the cooler, and the tent or not the tent, depending. Um, real simple setup. So, and then a couple of lanterns. Well, I also have my little orange rechargeable lights I love, but I mean, this is pretty simple. I think I'm going to take these little stools into the office with me. I like them. They're a little hard. I need to get little slip padded covers for them, which actually is in my Amazon shopping cart right now. I'm tired of my chair getting bumped, and my chair isn't even a chair, it's a stool. But so it has no back on it, but it has big wheels, and it's always getting bumped, and it's always whatever. And the dog wraps its leash around it and whatever else. But um, these stools would solve that problem. I just need something to like perch on. I don't need to sit a lot. And so if I want to like sit and rest my back, there's other places I can do that over in the waiting area and stuff. So I think I'm going to take these 2 little stools in. I'll go ahead and order those cushions that have the elastic on them that are cheap on Amazon. I'll order a set of 2. I'll take the 2 short stools with me, and then I'll figure out which stool I'm going to use as my desk stool. Because they're uncomfortable here. They're not the right height for anything I'm doing. And when my kitchenette gets rebuilt in the... I need to get a hold of Dennis again. He texted me earlier. But when my kitchenette gets built in here, it's going to be a lovely piece of old plank with a natural root for a leg, or piece of wood for the leg. And then there'll be some shelves and stuff around this back window. And then the vintage sterno stove will be in here, along with a couple of enamel things, like that pot I was making soup in. And then that will be the inside kitchen for bad weather. And the cooler will come in and out, is my humble opinion. So that's, I don't know, I'm just talking. So what else do you guys want to learn about? So I know somebody wanted me to show what I'm going to take in the tracker, but I'm not sure yet. But I did decide this week that I'm going to not do the platform that I had in there the last trip I was taking. I'm going to dismantle that. That's going to go bye-bye. I ordered rubber mats because the potential for having muddy, sandy feet getting in and out of the tracker is great. And the carpet's in pretty good shape in the tracker right now. I'd kind of rather put rubber floor mat, a whole like a carpet type in there. But it would need to be, I would need some insulation and sound deadening, because when I'm on a dirt road, the rocks get caught in those chunky tires I've got, and it flips them at the wheel wells, and it's like you get this little, it's pretty loud. So I want to do some sound deadening on the wheel wells, and in transit of the engines and everything else while I've been broken down, one of the original vinyl covers that was over my wheel wells got ripped. A small part, but it's not perfect anymore. So, and we removed the seatbelt towers out of the back. I was gonna put the back seat back in, and then something happened, and the next thing you know, we're taking the seatbelt towers out. And I'm like, well, that means I won't be putting the seat back in, huh? And I was like, well, I don't know how I feel about having a two-seater again, but I can't sleep inside of it if I had the the back seat in. So I'm gonna let it be okay. Just gonna let it be okay. Almost kind of weird, but I'm gonna let it be okay. So it's a two-seater now, and I love my little truck. I love my little truck. I'm so glad to have it back. Stan knows what he's doing building an engine. That thing sounds, it just purrs. Oh, rather than purrs, Joe, one of the other mechanics at the shop, said it sounds like an old sewing machine. It does. It just has that little sound of an old sewing machine. It's great. It's great. But I got to find out what happened with me losing power coming home. Maybe it's something minor. I need to check the oil and stuff again. Need to check that a lot because that engine was just rebuilt, right? But I think that's where we're at. I can't think of what else I need to tell you. So Darren wants me to start a Patreon, but I won't change what I've got going on here on YouTube, even if I do that as well. He thinks it's a good idea. I was hoping to only use YouTube and not have to go to another program, because I even started the buy me a coffee thing, but I never made it so that I could actually get the money off of that. I never finished setting it up, so I don't know. In the vein of keeping things simple, why am I doing that? It's all good, guys. It's all good. So I feel like I'm finishing up, and I need to get back to the guys who. Did somebody look up how long? I wish I could look it up and not get in trouble, not lose y'all. Will I lose? Yeah, I'll lose you if I do a Google search, won't I? I think I'll lose you. But did somebody look up how long hard-boiled eggs could stay outside of a refrigerator? Oh, you know what? I haven't been seeing all your comments. Ah, poophead. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just realized. Oh my goodness. Oh, all this time, I only had top comments on. I forgot to. Okay, I'm going back. Hi, all you people that I missed, like Shadow Wolf. Refrigerated up to a week. That's why I didn't see it. You've boiled away the air protection, the bloom, right? Cannot be left for more than 2 hours. Wow, okay. Yes, cooler can be an extra table. Wow, I feel bad, guys. I'm having to go back. If you rejoin quickly enough, I did see that. I wonder how long I did see that. I'm not questioning. Yeah. I got that. 35 months as a member. I got some of it. I just didn't get it all, did I? Okay. I think I caught up enough. Okay, I went back a long ways. I feel bad all this time. I wasn't seeing all your comments. Sorry about that. Oh, I'm so glad I got my car back too. And and I so the blue car is up for sale in St. John's. I don't know how much it is because I signed it over to Stan. And the arrangement we have is Stan's going to sell it. The first $1,200 out of however much he sells it for is his for the work he did. And then everything over 1,200, we're going to split 50-50. That's the deal we've made. So I think he's trying to get around. Hey, Wendy. I think he's asking 4,000 and expecting or aiming for 3,500 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Something like that. But it's for sale. The seats were changed. The carpet's been taken. So there's no carpet in it. There's no radio. And there's the passenger front fender is dented. But it has new seats. And in fact, whoever buys it, if they want matching rear seats, he will install them for somebody. We left the old rear seats in. They were leather. They were in pretty good shape. But everything in it works. Hot, heat, cold air conditioning. It's a V6. It is not the coveted 2.0 engine, but it is the ZR2 model, which had the skid plates under it for being off-road. It's four-wheel drive. It's automatic four-wheel drive. It's all, inside. You put it in neutral and push a couple of buttons and move the transfer case stick shift and to put it into four-wheel drive. My white one, I have to get out, and I have manual locking hubs. I have to get out and lock my hubs. So if it's a storm, I'm out in the storm with gloves on, locking hubs. But so that one's up for sale. It's in the backyard of the shop this weekend. Because it hasn't been washed or detailed yet. And that'll happen, and he'll go over it. But that's the deal I've got with Stan on that. Hopefully, I'll get enough money out of the sale of that car for the new windshield for the white one. The white one, the current windshield is pitted from sand blasting by the blowing this. That's what's happening there. What else is going on? I'm supposed to get with Alicia sometime soon. She wants me to go over her treadle sewing machine and teach her how to use it. Haven't had a chance, but I'm supposed to be doing that sometime soon. Who's off to Alaska? Shadow Wolf? Woo, good for you. I'd go if I could. I don't want to go without a mechanic after what I've been through. You're going to a van fest, okay? Yep. I'm not so interested in van fest things. Oh, I did catch up with Chris and Julie from Stringless Theory, and they're back in Baja right now. And of course, I'm always welcome down there, right? And they're welcome up here. They just haven't got here. So, Shadow Wolf on the way past. Don't forget, get a hold of me. You have my number, I think. Get a hold of me. Make sure you have the 6055 number. Get a hold of me. And if you can, spend a night, or if I can, we'll grab a coffee or whatever you do, right? But let's say hi if you can. But I really want to be at Expo West, like I said, I applied. We'll see what happens. Um, Azure's going to see what she can do about putting me in some role. I told her I'd volunteer. I would camp in the camping area instead of in the instructor's area and just advertise you can come camp with me if you want to. I told her I'd be willing to do that if I need to, but um, uh, I don't know. But one year one year that I was an instructor and in the showcase, I also got there early, so I just helped them stuff swag bags. And I told her I'd do anything, but that I really wanted to an entry fee because because I'll do for them, they do for me, right? And then of course there's C6, but I don't know how I fit C6's. Sometimes a vendor will let you camp with them as well, but whatever. Oh, in the Northwest. Okay. All right. So you may miss me. You may go higher up. Okay. It's all right. Catch me on the flip side. You know I love seeing you, and you can get in here. The road's not that bad. The brown UPS truck came in even in the wet the other day. I was kind of surprised, but if the brown tent I can get here. My son bought a new to him pickup truck, and then broke all the ligaments in his ankle, stepping off a curb. He was holding the baby, and he wanted to make sure, baby, 2 year old, and he wanted to make sure he didn't drop her. And in the process, he tore all the ligaments in his ankle. So he's kind of struggling at work because he can hardly walk, but he's seen the doctor. And the other day he said, "Well, we were thinking we'll come drive out to see you." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "The new truck is the ball." I was like, "All right. If you guys want to come drive out, go right ahead." Because I haven't been ready to drive their way yet, but that's partially because of the just getting the tracker back, and got to make sure it's running good, and then I gotta do some stuff. I haven't even taken it to Sholo yet, but I want to make sure that whatever happened Friday, I want to make sure that's fixed. And if it's an O2 sensor, I'll just change them both. If we can get them, we can get them. We can get those parts. I'm way looking forward to Zuki Palooza this year. I love those guys sitting around in the evening around a fire, chit chatting with a bunch of guys who are not alcoholics. Okay, and just chit chatting about how much we love our little Zukis. I just love it. I don't. It just is a thing that is so much fun. So yeah, I'm gonna do that this year. So oh, cool, Shadow Wolf. Nice, nice, nice. If you change your mind and you want your trailer and little car closer, I'm saying this quickly, but you could leave it here. It would be safe. But if you ever wanted to make that kind of decision, talk to me. But anyway, I hear you. And some of us, while we're thinking about prayers and moving along for the day and everything else, please remember Camper Van Kevin. Kevin is going to have open heart surgery. He's got somebody to take care of him. He's got the dogs. Now, he recently lost one of the dogs, passed away recently. I asked him if anything was going to happen to him and he needed those dogs to have some kind of home. I told him I'd be more than willing to take them, one or all of them. Now, I know there's other people that are out there helping him, okay? But he's got himself kind of set up. He's selling his purple four-door tracker. but he's got the 4-wheel drive van, and he's got his shed conversion home thing. So, but pray for him that he's been wonderful that he put me on his channel and tried to give me a little boost of support. I haven't done so many videos, so I need to get in the habit of doing videos. I miss G. If any of you are talking to G, I think he must be out of signal right now because I tried calling him and I can't get through. So I'm saying he's probably doesn't have service for signal. But pray for all these people. Pray for the ones we know, the ones we don't know, for the world, for the leaders, that they will get in line or with what God's doing or something. I don't know. But here we are, and I'm going to feel better soon. I'm going to have this wonky in my body back to a happier place where my body's going to be happier soon. But for right now, the owies and the crap it does to my head, I'm getting tired of it, to be honest. But I would love to have the adventure hammock people honor the offer that they gave me a couple years ago and give me one of their hammock stands for a price I can afford, a pro deal or something. I was so disappointed in them way back, but the hammock stand would make it easier for me to set up camp when I don't want to take the Rev Tent, which I don't yet know how that Rev Tent's going to travel. I don't know how to put it on the roof to travel, but it looks good. So I took the pictures, even though I don't know how to make that work. So I gotta go back out and try this again. Hey, Carl from Massachusetts. I grew up in Maine, Carl. It's a thing. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, I can. Look, a week ago. The drive home looked like that a week ago. It's a green screen. It's a new thing I can do on a live. What's this? Oh, that was somebody's business card. Wendy Woo, why are we barking? I don't have any. Oh, this is Brad and Lily. From. Oh, I have to move me. How do I move me? This is Brad and Lily. That's the hammock stand I want. That's actually the hammock stand I borrowed the one time that it was on my car. And so that's why I want one, is because I've had that one on my car before. And but that's Brad and Lily's rig. They will be at Overland Expo West with us. And what was this? Oh, this was the packages from the Rev Tent. Yeah. They were big. There were two big boxes on the porch when I got home the other day. And when I left work Friday, that's what I had for a mess. I had to stop and clean the windshield twice. And I was sideways in the road for a minute. Anyway, okay, I'm done talking about that stuff. I'm done playing with that green screen for a minute. It was kind of fun that I could do that. Okay, y'all have a good week. We'll be back here next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Wendy's looking for a dog treat. You want a treat? And I need to get a hold of my guys so they can come this afternoon because it's getting late. So y'all have a great week. Pray for each other. Try to stay healthy. Get out and make your days an adventure. Start where you're at with what you got, with what you've been given. And, I'm not going to let my MS get the best of me, but there are days when it slows me down. And I've had about 4 weeks. So y'all have a good one, okay? And we will see you back here next week. Love y'all. Ciao.